Hello guys, this is Legendary TV. It's good to see you as always. I really hope you're doing well. We are finally done with everything you need to know about episodes. We went through Season 3, we went through Season 4 a little bit. We will come back to it when the time is right, when the new boss hits the NA and Europe servers. But today I wanted to talk about something more chill, laid back, something relaxing. And that will be guild dungeons. Why should you join a guild and run these dungeons weekly to make sure that you will get some really nice rewards? And so in this video, we will talk about how to access guild dungeons, the navigation inside, where to go, what to do, and what are the rewards. Let's go. So how exactly do you access the guild dungeons? Well, first of all, you need to own a guild house. So once you are in a guild and your guild can afford to have a guild house, you can press the Y button right over here and
Yeah, spank me.
yeah, and press Y and there's going to be enter the guild house. So you enter the guild house, you're going to be summoned right over here in front of the gates, and if you go to the right from the house a little bit, you will see this gremlin right over here, and a huge balloon. This is where the guild dungeon departure is. So you can do guild dungeons either solo or in a party, which, you know, people usually do it in the parties because it's more fun. Up to 4 people. You can do guild dungeons 3 times per week. And the weekly reset, just like Redeemers, happens every Monday. Now, it doesn't really have the attack cap, obviously. This whole dungeon is, the stats are fixed, so the damage is going to be fixed. But there is also such things as an exquisite feast or any kind of feast, guild feast, that you can use to increase your damage furthermore. So just like in A-Lacquer, the damage is stable there. Now, the critical cap for this battle, for the guild dungeons, is 140, and the critical resist cap that you'll need is only 125, which is really nothing much at this point, especially if you are familiar and you're capped on the battles like Aiden or Caesar or Nile. However, just like in RAR, you have to make sure that you're doing 1% damage in these guild dungeons to make sure that you get all the rewards, all the items, which are the keys and the chests, treasure chests, that drop there. This is pretty much it about this. Let's get to the gameplay. Alright, one more thing before we go into the guild dungeon. I mentioned the feasts, right? The guild feasts. So if you enter your house, your guild house, and you have guildmates who are, who have access to the profession called cooking, you can actually create guild feasts. And there are different types of them. The biggest one, the most valuable one, would be Exquisite Guild Feast. And you can set it up at the kitchen to the left, the first door to the left once you enter the house. You set it up, you sit there and receive your buff. Now, you might be quite familiar with this buff because it's really useful in Redeemers, but for guild dungeons specifically, you actually benefit one more buff just for the guild dungeons, and it increases your final damage that you do. Right over here, you can see it, the damage that you're gonna do in the guild dungeons. So whenever you go on your adventure there, make sure that you're setting up a feast and eat there for 30 seconds and receive this buff, and your life in guild dungeon is going to be way easier. Now let's get inside and talk about the navigation. Alright, we are inside. Now, guild dungeon is pretty much a copy of Crescent Moon Island Season 2 mission, a very old one. And you have to go through all these areas right over here. Whenever you press H button, you're going to pull out the map. The map will show you in which location the bosses are. You start at A always, and then you just go to B, and then there is you will have to choose where you want to go, and you would want to approach the first boss, any first boss that you want, and kill them. Now the boss at F is the final boss. So you would want to get to that boss at the end, at the very end, once you are done with everything else. So what exactly happens in the guild dungeons? You just storm through the locations, kill the trash monsters, pick up some luminary trees, if you have the gathering profession, and just make your way, making sure that you're collecting the treasure chests and the treasure keys that drop from the bosses. Any other loot is quite irrelevant, so you wouldn't want to use luck blessings or anything. It just the Urk crystals, pretty much, or magic powders that you're gonna get, and that's about it. The main goal is to obtain 2 treasure chests and 2 coveted keys to open these chests. So you just kill all these monsters, keep on killing them. You can see the luminary right there, right over there, and you just make your way through the locations. Now, if you look at the minimap, you can see where each location is. It indicates on the minimap, like if you turn to the left right here, it's going to be D, and then there's E, and there's C. So you pull up the map again and just choose the first target that you want to go, the first boss target that you want to go. Should that be C or E? I chose to go E, and we're going to the E location. Once you kill all the monsters, the teleportation thingy is going to change from red to blue. That will allow you to finally transition to the next location. And then you get to the next location, and in order to summon the boss in the location that you're in, you have to kill enough trash monsters, or all of them. It depends. So if you feel like, if the boss never spawns for you, just run around the location that you're currently in and make sure that you kill everything, even including these little turtles. I know it's kind of sad to hurt turtles, but we're here for the rewards, right? So we have to do what we have to do. So you just kill all these monsters until the boss spawns, and once it spawns, you just start killing it. Now, if you are not too confident in the combat yet, you're quite new, these can be challenging, especially if you're doing this solo, which I don't really recommend. So they might hurt you. But eventually you'll defeat them. They don't really have a lot of HPs, so eventually they're gonna die. You kill them, you receive your treasure chest. After you kill them and you clear that area, open up the map. Always consult with the map, which is H button. What happens then? There is this question mark appearing on the map. You would want to go there as fast as possible, because this is the extra boss that you have to kill in order to have 2 chests and 2 keys per dungeon. So the question mark is Charles, this big rat. It usually spawns at the area that wasn't initially inhabited by the boss, or at B. So we look at the question mark and we go to the question mark ASAP, because if it's gonna take you a lot of time to get to Charles, he's actually gonna flee and he's gonna go to the next area, to any other area. So you have to chase him down. So we get back to B, and let me explain this real quick. The bosses, they spawn randomly at the locations, right? So you will have to, every guild dungeon is gonna have different bosses in different locations, but there's not a lot of them. So the pool is gonna be like, there's only like 2 or 3 different scenarios where the bosses will be. So we go to B, we kill Charles ASAP, and we get this coveted chest. Awesome. Now we can proceed and kill the other bosses. We just look at the map and we continue going. We continue killing the other bosses, claiming their rewards, their loot. And once we're done with all the bosses, which is 3, right? So 2 of them, 2 of the regular bosses and Charles, there is only 1 more boss left. which is the Death Chief, which is at location F. And we just proceed there, just go there and make sure that we approach that location. There's also one thing that I wanted to talk about is, as you can see in this little piece of video, I can't go there. I can't proceed to the next area. It's red for some reason, right? Whenever you just stumble upon that, return back and search for any other monsters that you could possibly engage into combat, but you didn't kill. Because some of them, they will continue wandering until you kill them, and you won't be able to switch to the next location or the previous location. So as you can see right over here, I killed all these monsters, even including this little turtle, just to make sure that, you know, the portal opens, the gateway opens, and it does. It changes from red to blue, and I can finally proceed to the final location. Here I am going to the final location through the location that I already been, and it's the easy way to go without, you know, clearing any other trash monsters. And if you're just, you know, if you don't have really a lot of time, it actually speeds up your process big time. So make sure to just go through the areas that you already cleared on your way to F, and just arrive to the last area. Kill all the trash monsters, and the Death Chief is gonna appear. Kill the Death Chief, and claim the last treasure chest, or the key, whatever it is. So once it's done, once it's over, you have to make sure, if you did everything correctly, what I told you, you should have, after each guild dungeon, you should have 2 coveted treasure chest keys and 2 coveted treasure chests. As you can see right over here, I highlight them. And this is it. And now, finally, the rewards. What we've been working for. What is this all about, right? Now, there are different types of rewards that drop from these coveted treasure chests. And as I said, per week, you can open 6 chests total. So 2 from each guild dungeon, and there were 3 total, right? So 6 guild dungeons. 6 chests. We're opening them. We're opening them up, and let's see what we got. We got ample extractors, steel, and another steel. That's really good. Another ample extractor, and you need 4 of them, right, to extract a dye. And that's, you know, that's not too bad, right? It's not a lot, you know, 3 Damascus steel, some ample extractors, some superior campfires, but it's still really good. But let's look into what these chests actually drop, like their whole loot table. Now, there are 2 different types of rewards that you can get. One of them are common rewards, and the other one are rare rewards, okay? Let's talk about the common ones. Well, first of all, one of them, is, as you saw, are ample extractors, and you get 2 of them. Now, in order to extract a dye with these extractors, you need 4 of them, so you need to drop them twice. Once you get 4 of them, you can right-click on the ample extractor and use it on any outfit dye that has been filled with a color that you're probably not going to use or you don't like, and you can extract it and make it empty, so you can actually choose another dye or roll another dye on it. It's a really nice thing. The other thing that drops there is Damascus steel. It drops 1 in a batch of 1. And it's bound to your character. The other thing is superior guild campfires, and you get them 3 of the guild campfires. Seals of bravery, you get 10 of them, and pretty much that's all of them. That's all the common drops that you can get from the guild dungeons. You will get them regularly all the time. Now, there are also rare rewards. That myself, I did a lot of guild dungeons, and I haven't discovered any of them yet. But you know, I don't lose hope, right? So maybe I will. So these are as follows: you can get an additional unbind coupon 1 time. That thing allows you to, if you unbound your item before, so it's like it has 2 unbinds and 1 unbind, you can actually use that coupon to increase the amount of unbinds that this item will possess. The other one is Quality Booster Coupon that allows you to increase the amount of stars on your gear, which increases your stats. That's a really nice item to have. Also, there are enhancement runes that allow you to be used in enhancing or reforging. Exquisite enchant rune that possesses 100% success rate for any scroll that you're gonna apply it with. A premium enchant rune that allows you to protect your item and the scroll at the same time upon failure of enchantment. And there is also a premium armor enhancement rune that you can use for your armor pieces whenever you're enhancing them to +11 or +12. And that's it. That's all the rewards. They have the rare ones are called rare for a reason. They have a really, really rare, low chance of dropping, but they still do. And this is it for rewards. Let's get to the final word. And that's all the info that you need to know about guild dungeons. Don't forget to do them. Guild dungeons are pretty laid back and fun content to do with your friends or guildmates, and they do possess really great rewards. Even if the items that are very rare, I'm pretty sure at some point you will drop them and you're going to be quite hype about it. Thank you so much for watching. This was Legend Arma TV. Please hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content coming, and it will be. I'll see you next time. Be safe. I love you. Goodbye. Alright, now it's time to go to Pornhub. Oh, shit.